after we've lost everything, we're free to do anything.
Oh, no, whenever you would stay my baby, I know that my mother would never. Raise up, step my back.
If a dude finds a pretty female who has no status, no following, nobody knows who she is, she's a gem. If I find a girl, not right now, but if I found a girl, right, who has 1,000 followers and she's an 8, oh my God, it's like finding Virgin Mary. So like, we don't want status. We don't need status. We just want you to fit whatever. We actually want, especially in 2022, we want you to have less amount of exposure as possible.
I wish I heard this advice sooner. I never even heard this advice, actually. This is just my personal advice to anyone out there. Or any guys out there, I guess. 99% of girls are just confusing. So confusing that they don't even know what they want themselves. And because of that, if you care too much, you are going to be caught on the wrong end of that. And you are going to be the one who suffers. Or both of you will suffer. If you really care about a girl and you think she cares about you, but she's off and on, then you're both going to be going through that. So the best thing you can do for yourself is just not care. Just care as little as possible about the situation. You can still show, affection, but in the back of your mind, you have to be prepared for anything that comes. Because with girls, things change by the day.
Was treated so horribly by women that she couldn't even believe that this is how men.
So go back, watch that video for full context. She's pretty much speaking about how a woman did a social experiment, lived her life as a man for a year and a half, and then killed herself. She was so horrified at how awful women treated her because she was presenting as a man. That blows my mind. Men make up 49% of our population, but 80% of suicides. That breaks my fucking heart. And women want to say, we aren't that big of an issue. We are the ones who are treated poorly in society. Women voice it more than men do. It is more socially acceptable for a woman to be vulnerable than a man. So instead of going out and saying there's a problem, men just kill themselves because it will never be resolved. It takes one good woman to save a man's life. I know that because I fucking did it.
Women crave attention. It's currency to them. So when they notice that hoes get the most attention, their mind tells them that to get more attention, all they have to do is be a hoe. Tighter pants, more cleavage, more attention. It's easy math, but what they fail to realize is that there's a difference in the type of attention they're receiving. It's not the same quality. It's fast food versus a home-cooked meal. That girl you saw on Instagram with her ass out may get more attention than the girl who keeps her clothes on, but as men, we don't care about her at all. We just like a nice ass. If she posted one of her poems, she wouldn't get half as many likes. We follow you for your ass and titties. We don't give a damn about your mind, and we don't give a fuck about your soul. Show me your tits and I'll keep liking your pics. Ladies, this should not be your goal. You attract what you are. If all you are is ass and titties, then you can't get upset when every man takes your ass and titties and leaves. Know the game and play it well.
So what do you suggest the women in the West do if everyone's advice is for men in the West to look elsewhere for a wife? What happens to all the women in the West then?
Well, that one study we referenced that said by 2030 or something, 50% of the women will be without a man. So that's the direction we're heading, because the men that are looking for those traditional values are starting to go overseas, and then the other half of the men are just checking out completely. They don't want to deal with women at all. So this is going to be a big issue that women are going to deal with in the future as their options dwindle.
If you're a man of God, if you're a good man, you're going to have a hard time dating out here, because women are attracted to men who are on demon time. For real. I'm not saying this so that you can switch up and become a bad guy. No, that's not why I'm saying this. I'm saying this so that you can understand that you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait until she's done. She's done with the bad guys, the thugs, the scammers. You're going to have to wait until she's done with her phase. I'm talking about her late 20s 30s, 40s, maybe even 50. No lie. Just be patient, man. Just be patient. The love of your life is almost done with the streets. Just wait. She's coming.
You're a man out here who's not gonna mess around with girls, not get any experience with women, not get experience with how they work, find one girl and instantly fall in love with her. Guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna get fucking wrecked. The man who just meets a chick, has no experience with girls, isn't really good at getting new ones, they're the ones who end up sitting lonely at 42 divorced by them fucking selves. Every single one of them. The only chance you have as a man now is being versed enough in the game and having enough experience with women to not get played. These women are sharks, G. You gotta be careful.
The reality is love between men and women is not the same at all. Men love idealistically, women love opportunistically. I understand the fact that as a man, a woman loves you for what you bring to the table. Your money, your income, your status, your confidence, your ambition, your cleverness. There's a whole bunch of different things that women look for in a man before they can actually love and submit and want to be with him. For men, it's like you love women for real because we don't have as many requirements of them.
You love women for real? That's what you said?
Yeah, men love women idealistically. This is why breakups hurt men way more. This is why men commit suicide way more when it comes to relationships.
Break down what idealistically means.
I mean, obviously no love is unconditional. It's the closest to it. When a man loves a woman, he loves her far harder than she loves him back, so to speak. This is why women overwhelmingly initiate divorce and breakups, etc., and why guys have such a tough time getting over it. Because when a man loves a woman, he loves her for real. When a woman loves a man, she loves him. He makes her feel.
Nice guys do not always finish last.
You know what? You're right, ladies. The nice guy doesn't finish last, because this is what's going to happen. Some of you left this guy when you were younger in age because you just felt like you were going to miss out. There was nothing wrong with him, but you just had this feeling that you were going to miss out. So you went out here and you said, I need to experience life. And you blamed it on the immature mind. You blamed it on your immaturity. You're like, I need to go out here and experience all these things. And then once you experience all of them, you're like, 5 years later, I didn't have to do that. I was just being immature. And now you're going to spin the block and come back to this man, right? In hopes, and if he's a simp, he's going to take you back, in hopes that he takes you back. And now you're going to be with him, you're going to settle, and you're going to bring all this past experience / drama and trauma into the new relationship and make him deal with it. But you're right. Nice guys don't finish last.
Stitch this with your hottest take.
Marriage counselors are only there to support what the woman wants. The reason is because if it's a male therapist, the woman will just manipulate him just like she manipulates you. If it's a woman therapist, she will relate more to the wife and therefore support her and mostly disagree with you. It's basically a setup. It's oh God. And the wives will lie in therapy. And if you call them out for lying, like that never happened, the therapist will be like, now, and like switch, like, what?
You ain't got to check me on live, so.
Hey, this is our show. We went over the rules, all right?
Nobody asked you that. The questions are there. People are asking questions.
You know what? You can go if you want. You can go if you want.
Absolutely no problem. Because I honestly didn't know that this was about dating and sex when I was invited here.
Hey,
and honestly, I'm not interested in talking about titties and sucking dick. So we're good.
The door is open.
No problem. I see why the last person cut the interview short.
You ain't never watched the show, but peace.
Yep, and don't plan on it.
All right, you can go.
Good day, shorty.
Peace out.
So if a man cheats on you, you should stay with him because the grass isn't greener.
Hey, don't forget. Hey, can somebody hand her a jacket, please? Can somebody hand her a jacket? Why is she still talking? Hey, the door
They
is
are
still
good
open.
men. They are good men. They just
You
have
can leave.
they just
You
have
can leave.
options. They just have options, sweetheart. But you call yourself high value, and you're no different. Well, you define that. You define that. It's not opinion. It's numbers. Michael has told you the numbers.
I have no kids. I don't need
But you make too much money. You make too much money. Exactly. Men want a woman that's submissive. You're not so. I do have a relationship with God. No, we aren't on the same, sweetheart. You will be the lady alone with cats, dildos, and a sperm bank that never gets used. I'm just being honest. Sorry.
I take care of myself.
You take care of yourself? You're independent?
Yes.
So you don't need a man to take care of you?
No.
No?
No.
Would you rather a breadwinner or a stay-at-home dad?
Breadwinner.
breadwinner? And why is that?
Because I'd rather be the stay-at-home one.
If you're independent, why would you rather be the stay-at-home one? There you have it.
Why are you so happy?
Because I'm not sitting.
King, this is further proof that if a girl really fucks with you, you're not going to demand the whole world. It's payment for a little bit of affection. A girl who's really feeling you will gladly bust it wide open for a big brunch with a side of hash brown. If she got you sprinting a marathon just to chase her ass, just ask yourself this: when have people ever ran from what they want? Somebody offer you $100, what you gonna do? Sprint the other way? Or you gonna stand your ground, put your hand out, and say thank you? And go ahead and follow me. Buy a hoodie. They toxic.
Most people aren't even most women aren't even curious about men.
What do you mean?
Okay. Ask a woman what she wants from a man and she'll give you a thesaurus, a list, an encyclopedia. Ask what she brings to the table, you can't even write it on the back of a stamp.
How I see it is when that 30 birds start flying around.
Not the 30
I keep saying it. Everybody start acting different. Everybody's in touch and in tune and asking, really, really smart questions on Facebook and shit. Y'all get really funny when y'all looking around. You 30, ain't no kids around, and ain't nobody calling you mom. Ain't nobody trying to put a ring on it. Like, it gets weird. It has to get weird.
Because at that point, I think I mentioned in the car, when you're 30, again, I'm not saying that I'm a 10, nor am I saying anything like that. However, I know you asked me a very good question. You asked me, when is the peak of women?
Oh, yeah. Like, what's y'all peak? Like, what's y'all best years?
I want to say, like, look-wise, I feel like the best years that's a good portion of women have is in their early 20s and mid-20s, right? And the reason why I say that is because you still have that youthful baby face, but then you're also transitioning into a woman by the age of, like, 25, 26,
Because
right?
I feel like 25, 30 is when you get that woman body.
You get the...
Delayed gratification. Of all the elements that go into any kind of success, there's probably nothing that's more important than that simple idea. Now, segue from that to, why do men care about a woman's past? Keep in mind, I'm talking to men, women. Share your view in the comment section, of course. If a woman has had a relatively high number of partners in her past, a man cares about that because what he instinctually understands is that she does not practice delayed gratification in this area. So instinctively, the man knows looking forward, she might be a solid girlfriend or wife 99% of the time. But when the relationship hits a rocky patch, as all eventually do, and she has a track record of not delaying gratification, but when pressure's on, life's not going right, if the relationship is not going well, she's not getting what she feels like she deserves at home, real or imagined, just looking at her track record, what's her go-to move? If it's not delayed gratification, then we naturally expect her to do what she's always done.
Fellas in your early 20s, fuck love, fuck relationships, focus on yourself and grind and grind and grind. That way when you're 30 years old, you got so much money, great credit, everything you need to your name, that you could pick from any girl you want. You're pre-selected, they picking you. If a car has had previous owners, it is worth less than a brand new car. If a driver has driven many cars, he is worth more than a driver who has never driven a car. This post isn't about cars.
I've seen situations where girls has like a fucking solid boyfriend and they act amazing together, and it's like, then you see, and then you just find out that like she's been doing shit, and it's like, holy like you never expect it.
It's terrifying.
And I'm like, oh my God, you just ruined my fucking view on women.
Yeah. I get that.
And another thing, stop saying that man was trying to control you when he was only trying to lead you into a better life. But you so hard-headed, you so egotistic, you so prideful, you so stuck in your ways that you wouldn't even let that man lead. Have a good day.
All right, TikTok, I need answers. I need somebody to explain these double standards for me. And I'm sorry if you hear my dryer in the background. Story time. So I've been talking to this girl, a little minor chit chat here back and forth for about 2 months now. Nothing real serious, just minor chit chat, like I said. About 2 weeks ago, she asked me on a Friday night, hey, what are you doing? And I told her, going to the bar with the boys. She responds with, oh, that's a major red flag. I'm like, what? Why? She proceeds to explain to me that, oh, every time I've talked to a guy and he goes to the bar with his boys, I really don't hear from him. And then I come to find out that he met a girl, or he's been talking to another girl that he met at the bar, and he ghosts me. At this point, in my little simple brain, I'm like, okay, she's been through some stuff. She is asking me to promise her that I won't do the same thing, so I do. And in my head, I'm like, okay, so I will text her the entire time I'm here. So she knows I'm attentive, so she knows that I am about her. Silly me. She's texting me back right away, and if 5 minutes goes by where I'm shooting pool or shooting darts and I don't text her back, she responds with, yeah, that's what I thought. You're out there talking to other girls. Girl, if you don't chill. Now, I know you don't normally tell a woman to chill, but this was a situation where she was ruining my experience, and I didn't want my friends to think I wasn't attentive to them, that I was just ignoring them whatsoever. Thankfully, she says she understands and that she's fine with me getting back to her whenever I'm not shooting pool or darts. Cool, right? Fast forward 2 weeks later to this past Friday. I ask, hey, what are you doing? Oh, nothing, just going to Club Blue with the girls. If you're from Indy, you know damn well what happens at Club Blue. And you probably already know where I'm going with this. I ask her, hey, can you promise the same thing that you made me promise 2 Fridays ago? Wrong. This girl blows up on me. How dare you question me? How dare you think I would tarnish this? Blah, blah, blah. I didn't hear from her till noon the next day. Hey, Nate, I'm sorry. I just didn't want you to ruin my experience that night. I'm not going to say her name. Hey, girl, in my experience, every time a girls went to the club with her girls and I didn't hear from her until the next day, she was out talking to other guys and cheated on me. Double standard, wrong answer. She blows up again. How dare you question me? You have no right to do that. Statistics show that men cheat more than women, and you should trust me. Back to that double standard stuff. I told her immediately I am no longer interested in exploring what's here. She started to blow up. I blocked her on everything. Then I started getting messages from random women, her friends, telling me I was a womanizer and a narcissist. She even created a fake texting account to text me that I'm a womanizer and a narcissist. How TF am I a womanizer and a narcissist? Can somebody explain these double standards to me? Sad part is, this isn't the first time I've experienced this.
Sure. Where are you? I'm standing over the bathroom.
Stop!
Okay.
Stop! Oh! No! It needs...
Most nerve-wracking part. You're gonna hate what you see.
Oh my god, you're gorgeous.
Is this the type of person you
Honestly, no.
Why?
And...
What?
What did I do?
Honestly, I feel like it's because
No,
I'm heavy.
no.
The reality is most men, this is what kind of shocked me. Most men want relationships. Most men want marriage. Who's leaving relationships? Women are walking out of the door 70 to 90% of the time. And who are they listening to? Women.
Does a man get a one-night stand? Repent and believe the gospel. You don't need no one-night stand. You need Jesus, man. Fair enough.
Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life.
Tonight, God calls you to be saved. Be reconciled.
You know what, us guys, we spent 20 plus years, some of us being married, to end up like this. You spend so many years having a family around, the joy and noise of a house full of people, to that. That's what drives men crazy. Shit.
And I could tell what kind of man you are
by the kind of car you drive. Let me say this. It's not about the model. It's not about the year. It's not about even the color so much. It's the kind of shape the fucking car is in. You follow what I'm saying here? I don't give a shit if it's a 1986 piece of shit Corolla, but guess what? If your tires are good, your car is cleaned, your car inside is orderly, God bless you, man, not a problem.
Where the hell do y'all be finding these men that are obsessed with you? Good fathers?
Here's a fact of the day for you. Those men do exist, there's plenty of them, but you gotta compromise somewhere. Generally, more attractive men aren't going to be as nice. If you want an attractive boyfriend, attractive husband, whatever, odds are he's not going to be that nice to you. Less attractive guys are going to do those things for you because, of course, generally. But generally, they feel as though they have to make up for it because they're not as attractive. That's why you don't see super attractive guys being funny. It's like a video game. It's like an attribute system. You get points in one category, you lose points in another one. So your tall, wealthy, attractive men are not gonna do the same things that a shorter, less attractive man who makes less money would do. So if you want all those things, you gotta pick a less attractive dude. That's why I don't give my friends dating advice. I know for a fact I can do things and get away with things they could never get away with. I can't even tell them motherfuckers be themselves.